Well, some of you might have noticed my new sign hanging out there this afternoon. Well, that's just in reference, you know, I mean, one person's life does not matter whatsoever when it comes down to a legal system that abuses its power and controls and manipulates everything and gets to write the scenario and word it how they want. The most wonderful thing about telling the truth is you don't have to worry about all the lies that you told and covering it up and what did I say here and there and another scenario and another situation and change everything and reword it all. This is why I went and did all this and documented it and recorded it and posted this shit publicly, because there was nothing going to be done in the legal system. They weren't going to do nothing. They were going to keep playing the game that it shows a period in a history of continuous, endless, how they do it. That's what it's about. You want to sit there and make me look like I'm some creep, some monster, or, you know, some evil person, or mentally unstable, or, you know, you write all that and you label me and you want to sit there and, like, you know, make it like that's who I am and what kind of person I am. And then my daughter that I haven't seen, you want to know? People ask, like, why did I delete something that my daughter put on there? Because I don't want my daughter in the middle of it at all. I don't believe in it, and I don't believe in talking bad about her mom and this and that, or I just don't believe in that kind of stuff, because it ain't something for my daughter to hear or be part of or whatever. The situation between me and my daughter is something between me and my daughter, and that's between us. And I try not to put her in the middle of it. And I said that to her, that just wait until I come down. Just wait until my feet touch the ground next time, and that's it. That's all I said. Just wait until then, and just, that's all I cared about. Brian Wicke, you want to sit there and say, I want to be up here and I want to die by police hands or suicide by cop, and I want to live. Absolutely. But I'm not living like this. I'm not living where you can sit there and abuse me and take control of me like this. This is all solid fact, 100%. Like, this is recorded conversation straight from these people, straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah. I told them guys all along, the chief of police, Brian Wicke, the mayor, Jimmy Francis, the county attorney's office, Scott County's attorney office, the child protection worker, their supervisor, probation officer, supervisors, all the way up the line. All the way up to Tim Walz's office, told them, like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to hurt no one. I don't want to hurt myself. I absolutely do not. And said it for years and years. I said, it's going to probably come down to that. All these emails that I've sent to everyone, it's going to be a reference point on what was going on and who did nothing, and people just ignored it and sat there and passed a buck and so on and so on and so on. There you go. Now you got media attention. And then Brian Wicke, you want to straight up lie in your little whatever you said to the Star Tribune. You straight up lied, Brian Wicke. Solid fact, you lied in that stuff. All my emails, the stuff I've already even posted, you say I'm posting stuff that ain't factual and people are only hearing like half of a story. You're talking like a history of thousands of emails, like hundreds and hundreds of calls, and they're all saying the same thing. They're all pointing in the same area, same direction. And you're saying I'm misleading and I'm saying something different? Today could not be any greater of a day than today. Yeah. And you're right. If someone was holding a gun and pointed at my daughter, would I jump in front of that bullet? You're fucking damn right I would. Does that make me suicidal? Yeah. Food for thought. Turn that system like upside down. Man, you guys are messed up. It's wrong what you do to people. Straight up wrong. And someone has to go through all this just to get to the point. Yeah, Brian, I don't know. You think we're going to talk about and discuss it now, or are you going to stick to your little report saying, oh, well, we've been in contact. You haven't been in contact with me, Brian. You've been ignoring me, blowing me off, feeding me BS the whole fucking time. Don't fucking lie. None of you people have been in contact with me. I reached out numerous times, talked to the mayor, Jimmy Francis, Joe Atkins, all them people. Look at the last time I did this. Joe Atkins was right below me on top of that power tower, and he was right there picking up trash. He knew I was talking to him, sending him stuff. Like, what did he do? Nothing. Yeah. Don't worry, Joe Atkins, I sent you an email and I told you, don't worry. I'm going to let everyone know what kind of wonderful piece of crap you are. You did nothing, absolutely nothing. Pass the buck game. Yep. Oh, well, pass the buck. It's always been pass the buck all the way around. I played that game. I went in circles. I documented it, I recorded it all, so there's no misunderstanding on any of it. No shit. Enough's enough. And you think I'm up here for my health because I want to be up here? Because I'm mentally unstable? The problem says clearly on the fucking sign what the problem is. Been saying it all along. You want to talk about someone that becomes mentally unstable? Is having to go through something like this. Look at the history of my life and like what kind of trouble I've been in. Look at my record And then all of a sudden, bam, the past 4 years has just been a downhill slope, like faster than anything. Of having to go through all this. Yeah. And you're right. I'd rather have my daughter know who I am. And if that means me not being alive, so it gets investigated and looked into, but Brian Wicke wouldn't allow that, right? You told me the death of me up here would not be looked at because you're going to have your coroners do everything and control everything. How are you going to do that now, Brian? Yeah. Well, how are you going to do that now? Dakota County sits there and uses their legal system and abuses it. Totally. Control with the fear and the intimidation of, like, you might go to jail or you might look at charges or get in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble. I don't. And that's how they had me controlled, and like all I could do is call them and try to, but they control it. What can you do? What can you do? Oh, this ain't the right way to go about it, and there's other ways, and I don't believe in these measures, and you know, you're blowing it out of proportion. Well, blowing it out of proportion, been up here what, 33 days now, and look what it came to, look where it's at and how it become this way. And there's not the right way about doing it. This ain't the way to do it. Go get a permit and go protest. I've done that. Hung out in front of the West St. Paul fucking courthouse with a big old sign. There's a picture of it. Yeah. What was done? Nothing. Oh yeah. No, that's just to deter people away and do it some other way where you can control it and nothing's done, and it's the same thing over and over and over. Yeah. Crack that door open. Let's take a peek inside of that Child Protection Service. Probation on how all this stuff's been going on. How this guy had court orders not to be around children, and you allowed him to be around my kid, live with my kid, take my kid out of state as a minor. Yeah, solid fact. Recorded conversation of the PO supervisor and all the way up the line. Straight up. Oh, somewhere the ball was dropped, right? You didn't know who I was. You didn't know how to contact me. Oh, man. All my stuff's been through Dakota County. Look at my history of how many times I've been to court. Look at the history and tell me you don't know where I was or where I... Really? You had no problem getting a hold of me when you had to serve me papers, though. Even if I'm on a billboard sign, you can fucking find me, right? Yeah. Do I believe in all this? Do I agree with it? Do I like it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not want to get in trouble. I do not. I do not want to go to jail. I do not want to have to go through all that at all. But I'm willing to do it for my kid. I'm willing to do it to try and sacrifice whatever kind of relationship I can try and build with my kid. Absolutely. And if it means me not being alive and I got to do whatever just to... Absolutely. I will stand in front of that bullet if someone's pointing a gun at my kid. Does that make me suicidal? Whatever.